It's hard to imagine a world without phones. We use them for everything: calling, texting, entertainment. In 2018 alone, the percentage of Americans using some sort of cell phone is at 95%, and the percentage of Americans who own a smartphone is now 77%, skyrocketing from the 35% in 2011. Now, it's no secret that apps, smartphones, and social media are all made to keep people glued to their screens. But with all the eyes on the screen, how can people, much less teens, live their lives? According to an annual study from the University of Michigan, since the early 1990s, adolescent self-esteem, life satisfaction, and happiness plunged after 2012, the same year that the smartphone ownership reached 50% mark in the US. With debates around social media and what teens and adolescents are exposed to, questions arise about what is too much. Studies show that young children develop their behavior on how to act through observational learning. This persists into adulthood, and observational learning includes media consumed. Not all social media is bad, of course, but not all social media is good. Rarely will teens post bad pictures of themselves or anything to ruin their aesthetic. Most social media accounts tend to have posts that highlight a person's life or time somewhere, so this leads to the effect of people comparing their low points in life to someone's high moments in life, and also vice versa. Studies indicate that this is definitely detrimental to someone's mental health, and also vice versa with someone comparing their highs to someone's lows. There is a lot of data correlating mental health issues and also increases in rates of depression among teens with also the increased amount of social media usage. But just to get more data, the group behind this video conducted a survey from teens ages 14 to 18 about social media usage and received 39 responses overall. Of the 39 responses, 38 said they use at least some form of social media. This includes Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and Facebook. 66.7% said they spend 2 to 4 hours daily on social media. 20.5% said 5+ hours of social media daily, and 12.8% said 1 hour or less. 52.6% said they see more positive posts than negative posts, and 47.4% said they see more negative posts. When asked if they ever posted anything negative, 25.6% said yes, 28.2% said no, and 46.2% said they don't get involved. 56.4% said negative things do not get posted on social media or post, and 43.6% said negative things do get posted. This includes comments on posts from other people. The next question was about how they reacted if negative things were posted on their post. The responses go as followed: wasn't happy, I didn't, I deleted the comment, usually like your opinion is wrong, and rant from that as follows. Usually happens on my Star Wars fan page where people just disrespect opinions and ridicule you for them. Didn't respond, I don't react, just don't pay attention to it, just blew it off. Yes, I clapped back, didn't really pay attention, by laughter, I deleted the post, ignored, I'm like LMAO, who are you? Inflammatory is deleted, others are responded with facts. 53.8% said they do see posts that upset them every once in a while. 15.4% said yes very often. 28.2% said no not really. 2.6% said no not at all. 48% said yes every once in a while. 23.1% said yes very often. And 25.6% said no not really. And 2.6% said not at all. 48.7% said yes every once in a while, and 7.7% said yes very often. 25.6% said no not really, and 17.9% said no not at all. Extra information was asked for at the end of the survey, and the responses follow as such. Nah. The majority of the time that a post makes me mad is because it's about awful things that have happened, like news coverage about events. I follow several talk show hosts, Stephen Colbert, John Oliver, Trevor Noah, that will post about real-world events, and oftentimes they aren't good things. I let myself see that stuff because I feel it's important to stay up to date on real-world events, whether they're good or bad. Especially with regard to our government, seeing as I will be eligible to vote soon, I think it's important for me to understand who I vote for and the full story behind things I support or disagree with. Sorry if they seem kind of rambly. I think most of these questions depend on who you follow and what you're interested in looking at on social media and what gets your attention. No. People need to stop being so triggered online. Like, social media should be a place for entertainment and laughs and positivity, but all you find is people complaining over the smallest little things in life. Like, go get a job and delete your social media. You're ruining it for the non-annoying people in the world. Tacos. Just tacos. The keyboard is the worst invention preventing dialogue amongst people. People type and there's no retort. They must answer. Stop typing and start talking. No real conclusions about if social media is good or bad can really be pulled from the information, but what you can look at is look at the rates of negative and positive and see that they kind of are on a balance, almost 50-50. That's just something interesting to point out. However, we did go ahead and interview people within the group to see what their thoughts on social media and anything that would possibly cause them to compare themselves with other people on social media, and here are the videos. Do you use social media?
Barely, usually from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm trying to calculate the hours.
Do you think social media as a whole has a negative or positive effect on people or society?
I kind of feel like it has much more positive than it does negative, because even though when there's like different situations where someone does use it negatively, it's because of social media and different parts of the internet where people are able to find out the truth of certain things and bring that up to light, which then helps out people and just makes things easier for a lot of people in the world.
Positive.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
No.
Social media is terrible. All it does is tear people apart. In all honesty, that's not even an exaggeration, because it influences people to argue with each other. You know, it expands different views on things, and then people hear a view, and then they're like, oh, that's stupid. And then the other person's like, oh, that's stupid that you say it's stupid. And it's just not a bunch of nonsense and a bunch of arguing.
Have you ever seen anything on social media that has upset you?
Yeah, from time to time. Mainly it's just really screwed up, very offensive stuff that I just didn't really expect to happen.
No.
Oh yeah, I get upset almost every day.
Have you ever seen anything on social media that has made you jealous?
No, not really. I didn't really care too much about that because, I mean, nice car, alright, I don't really care. It never really affected me or fazed me that way.
No, I don't follow those type of things.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
So, at the end of all this, does social media cause depression and or affect mental health negatively? There's data to support that it does, but it's definitely not going to stop anytime soon. Social media usage will only go up. The best thing to do is just treat it in moderation. Keeping your timeline full of things that only you want to see is good and bad. However, just don't fall into the trap of always staying online.